Hello students, in the last session we have studied recursion in Python. In today's session we will discuss Python docstrings. So let's start. Python documentation strings, or called as docstrings, provide a convenient way of associating documentation with Python modules, functions, classes, and methods. That simply means we can add some documentation with the functions, modules, classes, and methods. And this documentation is useful for the one who wants to use these functions, modules, classes, and methods. All predefined functions, modules, classes, and methods have a docstring associated with it, so that if a user wants to know what that function or module or class does, he can access the docstring easily. For example, in some of our programs we have used a function like ABS function, that is absolute function, which simply calculates the absolute value of a number. If we want to know what that absolute function does, we already know it calculates the absolute value of a number. But suppose if we don't know what the function does, we only know the name of a function, that is ABS, then we can access the documentation which is associated with ABS function by using help with the ABS function. So that documentation is directly available to the user, and looking at the documentation he will get to know what the function does. So this documentation or docstring plays a very important role while creating modules, function, classes, and methods in Python. So declaring docstrings, let's see how docstrings can be declared. As I have said, all predefined functions have docstrings associated with it. Even while creating our own functions, user defined functions, classes, and methods, we can declare docstring inside it. So how docstring is declared? The docstrings are declared using, you can see here, triple single quotes. You can declare docstring by using triple single quotes like this, and it ends with triple single quotes. Or we can use even triple double quotes as well to declare docstring, and this is declared just below the class, method, or function declaration. Now whenever we declare a class or a function or a method, just below the declaration we have to declare a docstring, and it has to be declared in triple single quotes or triple double quotes. All functions should have a docstring. As I've said, all built-in functions already has a docstring, but even the user defined functions which we create should have a docstring associated with it. Some of our function which we have used earlier has a docstring which was enclosed in triple quotes, and docstring, it is totally different from the comment lines. Comment lines in Python are usually included in a symbol, that is hash symbol, but docstrings are declared using triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Okay, what should a docstring look like? So whenever you declare a docstring, so the docstring line should begin with a capital letter. When you start your docstring, you have to start with the capital letter and end with a period or a full stop at the end. The first line should be a short description. In the docstring, see, docstring can contain multiple lines, or it may contain a single line also. So if a docstring contains multiple lines, the first line should be a short description about the function or class or whatever you are declaring a docstring for. If there are more lines in documentation string, the second line should be blank. Your documentation string includes more than one line. The second line should be kept blank, visually separating the summary from the rest of the description. Then the following line should be one or more paragraphs describing the object's calling conventions and its side effects, etc. After that, after the blank line, you can include some description, some more paragraphs describing objects calling conventions, like if you are declaring a docstring for a method, how the method should be called, what arguments the method takes, or what type of arguments the method takes. All those things can be included in the latter paragraphs. So this is how a docstring has to be declared. Okay, next is accessing docstring. How the docstring can be accessed. Once you declare the docstring inside the function or classes, how it can be accessed? The docstring can be accessed by using the predefined function, that is function underscore underscore doc underscore underscore method of the object, or even docstring can be accessed by using one more function called as help. By using those methods or functions, we can access the docstring. Okay, we have an example here which explains how a docstring can be declared and how it can be accessed. Now before going through this example, I'll just show you how we can access the docstring of predefined or built-in function. We already have built-in function, like I've said, ABS, input, or a function like filter. If we want to access the docstring of these functions, how we can access it? By using a function help, that I will show you now. Okay, let us open idle. Okay, to access the docstring associated with the predefined function, we have two ways. I said we can use underscore underscore doc underscore underscore, or we can go for help. First, I'll just want to see the docstring of ABS function. I want to know what ABS function does. So I want to access the docstring associated with it. So I'll say ABS dot underscore underscore double underscore, remember, then doc, and again 2 times underscore, and simply press enter. Now you can see it will display the documentation which is associated with ABS. So this is the function prototype. ABS in bracket number means ABS takes a number as an argument, and it returns what it returns? Returns the absolute value of the argument. Whatever argument you pass to it, it will return the absolute value of it. So this is the docstring which is associated with ABS function, which is the built-in function. So in that built-in function, there is a docstring which is declared, and we can access it like this. Or we can even go for a function that is help. I'll say help in bracket. If I pass ABS, even this will give me the docstring. You can see it has printed the docstring. Help on built-in function ABS in module built-in, and this is the signature of the function. ABS, it takes number as argument, and what it returns? Returns the absolute value of the argument, like this. In the first case, returns the absolute value of the argument. Even here you can see returns the absolute value of the argument. Like this, you can get the docstring associated with all predefined function, like if I say help filter, you can see this is the documentation which is associated with function filter. It tells us what the filter function does. So filter function, it takes an argument, that is a function or none or a iterable argument. So iterable can be list, string, tuple, and it returns a sequence yielding those items of iterable for which function of item is true. So like this we can get the docstring which is associated with the function. Now we will go back to our PPT and we will see how this documentation string can be added in the function or a class. Okay, look at this example now. Suppose we are creating a function here, def my function, and in this function we want to add a docstring. So docstring is added just below the function declaration. So we have triple quotes. See how docstring are started. Docstrings are always started with triple quotes. Then we can have some documentation which explains what the function does. So we have just included a demi string here, demonstrates triple quote, double quotes, docstring, and does nothing really. And the function is returning value, that is none value. So we have this docstring which is associated with my function, and how that docstring can be accessed, as I have shown you there, we can access it like the object name, that is the function name here, my function dot underscore underscore doc underscore underscore. So this will give us docstring associated with my function, or we can use the help function like help in bracket the function name. Even in this case it will return the documentation string associated with my function. Now you can see the written output of this. It has written the documentation string. So like this you can add documentation string inside your functions or even inside the class module or method. Okay, let us look at one more example now. So this is again a simple example. So we have a function that is power, which is taking two arguments a and b, and we have a docstring first. So docstring, this time it is declared using triple double quotes, and it is closed with triple double quotes. And if you look at this docstring, it is a single line docstring where we start and end, it is on the same line, then it is called a single line docstring. If the start and end is on multiple lines, then you can say multi-line docstring. So what documentation we have included for this function? We have included this function returns arg1, that is argument 1, raised to the power of argument 2. We are simply saying this function returns argument 1 raised to argument 2. And the code inside the function, you can see return a into b. Into in Python it simply means raised to b. And if you want to access the docstring, you can say power, that is the function name, dot underscore underscore of doc underscore underscore, or as I've said, we can even use help function to access the docstring. The output of this, you can see returns arg1 raised to power of arg2, it will return. So as I've said, document string or docstring simply explains what the function does, and it is not generally for the developer, it is for the one who wants to use the function. Like I have said, we are using ABS function or a filter function, then we want to know what that function does, and for that reason we can use or we can access the documentation string. Same way, when you declare your functions, you have to include the documentation string, because if somebody else wants to access your function, somebody else wants to use your function, he will get some help about your function, like what your function does, or what arguments your function takes, or what type of arguments your function takes. All that things can be included in the documentation. Okay, I will show you this particular example. I will execute it and I will show you. Okay, I will write the function on the shell itself. I will not create a separate file for it. This is a small program, so I'll directly create a function here, def, then the function name power, in bracket, it is taking two arguments a and b, then colon. Now we have to write the docstring. For that I can use triple double quotes or even single quotes will do. Return arg1 raised to power over arg2, and as I've said, it should end with full stop and triple quotes. Okay, then the next line is return a into b. Okay, that's it in the function. So we have defined a function. The function name is power and it contains some docstring. I can access the function simply. If I want to execute the function, I may say power and I may pass a value, say 2, 4. This will simply return a value 16, that is 2 to the power 4 it is. That is actually what the function does. But suppose I don't know what the function power does and I want to get some information about the power function. In that case, I may simply say help and power. And now you can see it is returning me what the function does. It is not returning me the code of a function, but it is returning the docstring. Returns argument 1 raised to power of argument 2. So like this we can declare docstring in our program, and this is really helpful for the users to know what the function or a class or a module does. Okay, that's it for the today's session. We will stop here. Thank you.